Hey everybody, I'm Mark. This is My Thoughtful English, and I want to talk to you today here about one of the most important elements of learning English, and that's developing your ideas. Now, whether you're just looking to improve your conversation abilities, or if you have proficiency exams in the future, IELTS, PTE, or Cambridge, this is really going to help you get that high score that you want. All right, if you're looking at 7s and higher, this is what you absolutely must do. The main thing you need to do is develop the ideas. And what that means is you, the person taking the exam, the person speaking, really have to remember that you are the most important thing when you're learning English. Your experiences, your opinions, and your ideas. I will never forget one day, years ago, a student came to me and said, after taking the IELTS exam, they asked me what I thought about global warming and climate change. I don't know anything about that. And it really just drives the point home that if you struggle with these kinds of questions, if you don't have opinions on important topics, that you're going to struggle with this exam. Now, first thing you want to do, obviously, is develop these opinions, and that's going to be through reading. That's going to be through listening. That's what's going to help you develop your ideas, getting out and getting an understanding of the topic. This is really important for not just your speaking test, but also your writing test. Perhaps most importantly is grammar. There's no grammar without ideas. That is the most important thing I want you to understand. You want to be able to have complex ideas about these topics. If you do not, your scores in English exams will be limited. Complexity of grammar, that's not are you right or wrong, but that's if, although, which, who. All that complex grammar comes from your ideas. So you must develop those ideas. If we take a look at this chart here, this flow chart that I've created, you'll see how this works. Now, at the top, number 1 here, you can see state your position. Now, let's take a simple question like, should the government provide healthy food for elementary school children? You start with your position, yes. Then you come to the point, the main reason. Why? Explain or justify your position, because we need to teach children healthy eating habits. Okay, step 3. Now you're looking at effect or the cause-effect relationship. Look at the grammar points here, participle clauses, or this can lead to, or as a result. All right, this is going to help extend the grammar, not just the grammar, but you're connecting ideas. Each sentence flows from one to the next. It's one of the most important things they look for in the IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, Cambridge exams. All right, look particularly where it says comma allowing or comma leading to. All right, develop these ideas and the grammar content is better. Step 4, why would people disagree? The devil's advocate. Although some people think it's unfair to spend tax money on other people's children, not spending this money will result in higher healthcare bills in the future. All right, so again, think of extending the idea by considering the opposite. Then the reversal. All right, that's number 5. If we do not provide healthy lunches, it will lead to higher healthcare costs in the future. Without healthy lunches, children will not learn to eat properly, and this will affect them later in life. Think about number 3, the cause and effect. You're basically doing the opposite of this. All right, if we say we need to teach children healthy eating habits, allowing them to grow strong and independent, or allowing them to live productive lives in the future. All right, number 5, the reversal. If we do not, they will not be able to achieve goals. They will not be able to grow strong and become productive members of society. Okay. I do want to move on to this one here. That's the last one, and that's the conclusion. Really think about this one here. All right? Like, why did you just tell me all this? Why does it matter? All right? The more we invest in healthcare now, the better society will be in the future. Or the more we invest in society now, the cheaper it will be to manage in the future. The more we invest in health, the less we will spend later. Okay, so again, conclude the point. When you write a conclusion in IELTS, you don't need to worry about the last paragraph. You need to make sure that each paragraph is concluded with a sentence like this, explaining why that's important. There's a last little one here that talks about taxes, like why, is it fair or unfair? In this case, you've got a very clear, it is, related to taxes, so you might say, this is definitely fair because people who spend this money protecting children now will benefit from it in the future, because those children are the ones who are going to pay for healthcare in the future. They're going to pay taxes in the future, and that's ultimately going to help the rest of society. Those of us who are young now will need that help possibly when we are older. All right, so I want you to remember, that's the most important thing, ideas. Now, you might be listening to this and thinking, I don't have these ideas. I'm not really sure where these ideas come from. Read, listen to the news, talk to your friends. These are important issues. If you're aiming for an 8 in IELTS, you need to have ideas. You need to have clear positions and a worldview that helps you answer these questions. All right? It's not easy. You're not going to do it by tomorrow. But if you start now, in a few weeks, in a few months, you could be very strong as a proficient user of English. Not just good, better than fluent. A proficient user, a person with clear ideas that is able to develop them. All right? One thing I remember from the IELTS test that they want for a high score, they actually say nothing can reasonably be added to the statement. That means there's nothing else you really need to say. You've said everything necessary. All right? If you don't have these opinions, that's not going to happen. So please, you guys, have a look at some of the other videos. They will show you in writing exactly how to do this, all right? There's tons of videos all over my YouTube channel, all over this website. You can have a look and help. Please leave comments and questions if you have any, and I'll see you in the future. Good luck.